Alright, hello everybody, I'm Conquering History Games, and welcome to, I'm pretty sure this is part 4 of my Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich New England campaign. So today's state is, what's the state? What's the state? Well, as you can guess from the title, we're going to be talking about New Hampshire real quick. The predominant reason why Massachusetts and Maine are not a single state. And you're like, oh, that would be too awkward of a shape. I'd be like, come on, look at Michigan. Just anyway, so let's talk about New Hampshire. Of course, we're going to be skipping over the indigenous stuff. So New Hampshire is founded by the English in 1629, and they name it after Hampshire, England. So it's New Hampshire, and becomes the first of the new states because you got New Hampshire, New Mexico, etc. So when they become a pretty big part of the American Revolution. In fact, while we kind of think of Massachusetts and the Sons of Liberty as the people who are really leading the way on that, in 1774, which was 4 months before the battles of Lexington and Concord, which is like when you're going through high school, middle school, even elementary school. It's okay, Lexington and Concord, shot her around the world. That's where the American Revolution begins. 4 months before that, there were New Hampshireites who were raiding Fort William and Mary, taking powder, taking cannons, and so forth. Did I say Fort William and Mary? Yeah, because it's a single fort. It's called William and Mary, but it's actually just the one fort. New Hampshire, probably Shire is technically more correct, but we don't say it that way. But yeah, New Hampshire was actually the first colony to formally become independent from the British. They did that in, I think it was January of 1776. So that's 6 whole months before the Declaration of Independence. So they're showing up to the meeting and saying, yo, we did this 6 months ago. You guys need to catch up, essentially. So you could kind of say they were the first independent state out of all of the United States, which is, if I was a New Hampshireite, I would deliberately take a lot of pride in that. Now, in terms of the Constitution, which is the current government that the United States lives under, New Hampshire was the 9th state, not the first state, to pass it, to approve of it. But I like to think that they timed it. That they would be the 9th state because the way that the Constitution was set up at the convention, once 9 of the original 13 colonies agreed to it, that's when it would go into effect. So New Hampshire said that we're going to start the new government by being in 9th place. Anyway, in terms of its economy, they had access to some rivers like the Connecticut River, so it was a really lucrative place for creating textile mills. So you'd have a lot of people who would immigrate into New Hampshire, including from Canada, to become a part of the industry down there. It was a major abolitionist hub. It's also one of the few states in the modern day that does not have an income tax. And it's probably well known these days, at least in the United States, because it is part of one of the first 2 primaries, the presidential primaries. So every 4 years, everybody descends upon Iowa, but then a week later they also go to New Hampshire. Actually, New Hampshire, I think, is technically supposed to have the first presidential primary every year, but this is New England campaign, not an Iowa campaign, but I think Iowa has it written into their state constitution that they always will have the first presidential primary a week before anybody else. So if you keep moving it earlier and earlier, Iowa will just go a week before. So that's just kind of a weird thing. Anyway, yeah, so because of the Iowa and the presidential primaries, that's why every presidential politician gets super into corn until the Iowa primary is over. And then in New Hampshire, everybody's very much live free or die, which is something I wanted to talk about. So New Hampshire kind of has 2 nicknames. It's known as the Granite State, which was also the name of the next to last episode of Breaking Bad, I think, where he's hiding out in New Hampshire. Spoilers, sorry. But it's also sometimes known as the Live Free or Die State. And it's not sometimes kind of telling by what people refer to, like what New Hampshireites refer to their own state as. So the Granite State name comes from the landscape because they have granite quarries. The live free or die phrase is like a relatively common political phrase when you're talking about any sort of revolution. I can't seem to quite nail where it originates from. I've seen like the earliest references I've seen are maybe in the French Revolution, but in terms of why it's associated with New Hampshire is because in New Hampshire during the American Revolution, in I think it was during the Saratoga campaign, or I should say the campaign that culminated in the Battle of Saratoga, English forces were in the area, and they end up getting into a fight with a combined force of New Hampshire rebels, as supplemented by some Vermont Republic forces. Because remember, the Vermont Republic was actually separate; it was not a part of the United States, although the United States didn't really recognize them. But yeah, so we're gonna say that it was a combined force of the two, and they defeat the British, and so then many years later they're having like an anniversary dinner or whatever, and the general who was in charge of the rebel forces couldn't make it, so he just wrote a speech in, just like, just read this, and then he says something to the effect of "Live free or die. Death is not the greatest evil," or something like that. Um, so yeah, so that's why New Hampshire gets this reputation of being the live free or die state. Get the government boot off of me. That's a big part of the reason why they don't have an income tax. In fact, I think I could be wrong because Florida's been cutting a lot of taxes lately, but I think it's like per capita, except for maybe Florida, New Hampshireites pay the least amount of taxes in the country because they don't have an income tax. I don't think they have a sales tax. There's other taxes that they don't have. But yeah, it's kind of interesting because like it's a democratic state. Like they have democratic governors, democratic senators, and so forth. But then something like me, I live in Texas, which is seen as like this bastion of red state republicanism. But we have a sales tax, stuff like that. Anyway, so that's our state for the week. About 7 minutes again. I really need to tighten these up. Okay, so let's unpause, and we're just trying to get this doggone depression dealt with ASAP, so we can declare our independence. I just really want to do that sooner rather than later, because we will live free or die. Okay, we're training these fellas up. All right, or at least the militia seem ready to go, so that's good. Send those infantry divisions out. We can make 4 more. We might as well. Yeah, we might as well max out, and then we'll work on improving their quality later. Because that'll put us in... Wait. Maximum support for... Oh, no, we're already at 22, because, yeah, it takes a week to do the thing. Okay. Gosh, there's just so much to do. Our legitimacy is at 55, which is good. So this means we can now claim the mantle of free America. Well, not quite. Let's see. We have an army that once the ones who are training are done is going to be 160,000 strong, which is going to be what we need for claiming the mantle of free America. Because we're only going to be able to get Democratic America if the Pacific States gets killed, and I just don't see that happening. The Pacific States have definitely gotten stronger since the remake, like the little tiny patches here and there. It feels like the Pacific States continuously get stronger, either directly or indirectly. Hold on. What do we want to do here? No, not the paratroopers. Special forces training. Let's do ahead of time. Okay, what do we want to do? Oh, howitzers. Yep, let's get better howitzers. We have a doctrine available to us now with our army experience. Very nice. Yeah, we're going to keep trying to get at least the first few of those done before we start messing with templates. Because we don't even have the guns for everybody yet, so what's the point in making our templates better if we can't put guns in every hand? Okay. Rural electrification can certainly wait. Reconstruction finance will give me straight up to... Factories, consumer goods, we're still just down to 29.0%. This sucks. But we could start doing more for the Great Depression. So I want to do stuff that's going to give us factories, but unfortunately I just don't think there's much here that does that. Sprawling urban region, add an infrastructure. Yeah, it's just, but we want to take as many of these as fast as we can. Because, yeah, it's supposed to help reduce the Great Depression, and we need the Great Depression to be, I don't think it needs to be gone, but it needs to be better before we can start heading south. So let's start heading maybe to federal housing, or let's see, 28 days. Refugees and resources will be smuggled across the border in New England. Yeah, it's the live free or die episode, the live free or die state. We got to get independence first, so we're just going to focus on the economy. The army can wait, the refugees can wait. We've got to get something going here. So if we're at 25 civilian factories right now, welfare for work. Welfare for work will actually increase my my consumer good factories, but I'm going to get more political power, which will help me pay for stuff to fix it. And I could do, like, here, let me do a couple of these. I'm pretty sure I can have more than one of these going at a time. So, for example, let's say I did, I don't know. Yeah, the Bourne and Sycamore Bridge. Proposed bridge in Sagamore, Massachusetts. Plans to connect Cape Cod with the Massachusetts mainland. The bridge's design is based on the John Greenleaf Whitler Bridge that connects Newsbury to Amesbury, Massachusetts. Improving the state's infrastructure will help speed up travel and provide jobs for many unemployed Americans. So, like, if I did that... Okay, I run out of civilian factories. That's what I'm missing most of. But it looks like I could still be doing more than one of these at a time. So if that's the case, let's go ahead and do Reconstruction Finance Corporation, because that's going to give me off-map civilian factories, which is really useful. It's, just that 2 more, it's going to allow me to use more of them, hopefully. Increase forward representation in R&D, Presidential Goodwill Tour. Yeah, I have no intention of doing any of those. Like, I don't think we need to ever get to 100. Maybe we need 100 legitimacy down the line or something to formally make ourselves in the United States, but we're not gonna do that. All right, so yeah, we're just living on that 5 speed now. This is very interesting. Yeah, MacArthur certainly seems to have bottled himself up. Oh, I might have spoken too soon. It looks like they're gonna get out of the mountains here. Yeah, now they're attacking into the forests. Okay, this is forest, even though it's not. All right. I think I might be researching too fast. I guess I could get better fighters researched or something. Nah, let's get the excavation. Or resource gain, efficiency, and whatnot. Hopkins is under fire. The Secretary of Commerce, he answered definitely no to allegations that he belonged to the Socialist Party of America. I don't think I'm familiar with this guy. Is this one of them wise men? The alleged wise men of post-World War II? Because he implemented the Works Progress Administration and Implementation Networks. Okay, yeah, so I'm looking him up. This guy is, he was a big-time New Deal guy. Behind, yeah, Federal Emergency Relief, Civil Works Administration, Works Progress Administration. Yeah. Okay. For sure he's a commie. Head of one of our great departments is a registered socialist. One must really draw their conclusions. Hopkins and his son have reiterated orally. Hopkins does not belong to the Socialist Party. There's a red menace. Many are referring to this hysteria as a red scare. It's better to... Some even jokingly remark that it is better to be dead than red. Goodreads movement have reached high office, so that hurts our stability, but it also takes away some of the syndicalism that was growing. But we're up to 45% popularity for being market liberals, so we're in a much better spot than we were before. It's going very well. Okay, so what else am I going to need to reclaim the mantle? I got to be independent, less than 2% surrender progress, so that's all easy because we won't be at war. Legitimacy greater than 50, we've done that. We need more than 35 factories, which I kind of need anyway. Well, no, I need 32 factories to become independent, right? More than 32. So I need 33, so then I'm only going to need 3 more after that. And we have to completed the focus reassess American involvement. Oh, so we need to do all this. But we're going to get factories along the way, right? Selective training. Maybe not. Replace Special Forces focus with Selective Training Act. Here we good. Yeah, there's a consumer good factory thing for a year. We could send volunteers to an American ally. Huh. Interesting. Well, but we don't have any of those spirits or whatever. Okay, we looted some weapons caches. It doesn't actually seem to say that we're getting weapons. I'm getting a little confused by that. Are we supposed to be getting weapons? Are we not going to actually get the weapons until we do the Underground Railroad? Because maybe I should do a little detour there. Because this is going to take us months to come down. This is going to take like... Wait, hold on. 1 month. So yeah, this is going to take us a little bit over 3 months, almost 4 months, if I just ran down here. Actually, do I want to do welfare for work, or do I want to do Social Security? I could do either. Wait, must be true and is completed labor management. Oh, so I can go either this way, this way, this way, or I could do welfare for work this way, this way, this way. Okay, well, I think I decided I was going to do National Labor Relations Act. Cause and it's just because I'm hoping that means that I'll stop getting those syndicalist pop-ups. Look at my production. Is it the rifles that are not getting enough steel? No, they are. What's not getting enough steel? The convoys. Oh, who cares? Yeah, that doesn't matter. Okay, so then we're not going to do the steel mills of Maine thing. So we've connected Cape Cod to the continent. Next up, a bridge to Nantucket. You know, there once was a man from Nantucket. I hope people got that joke. I don't want to have to say it. YouTube will be very upset with me if I were to actually finish that joke. Okay, yeah, let's get some more infrastructure going on there. Okay, decisions. Yeah, let's keep. Now we got those 2 extra factories, so we could do some other stuff here, like Albany infrastructure. Let's get a railway, Albany to Massachusetts. Yeah, longest and most expansive point-to-point railroad construction in the United States. Yeah, want to try to always have these going to help with the... Yeah, you know what? Because of that, yeah. Let's detour and do the Underground Railroad, because we've got a nice amount of political power day, 1.30. That's actually really nuts. And so that we can get the Underground Railroad up and running better. So we can start expanding that as well. And get some weapons, because it might be faster to just get the weapons from smuggling them in the rest of the from the rest of the continent, rather than building them. Because like, how many? Look, we're making 12 rifles a day. If I could smuggle in, I don't know, 500. That's gonna do so much more for us. If I could do them in batches like that. Oh, did I want to do any of this industrial concern? We could get Raytheon. Damn, 15% research speed? That's crazy. Why can't we do these? We have to do tank battle set. Oh, if you don't have Buffalo, you can't do Cunningham. That's interesting. Let's grab one of these. Maybe the material designer. I think that infantry equipment could be good, but on the other hand, Springfield Armory. There's a lot of good ones here. Reliability plus 15%, production cost minus 10%. I don't like reliabilities are that big of a deal with regular infantry equipment. That would be very good in Equestria War if you were doing a magical equipment, magical rifles templates. Okay, I think these are all 10% research speed buffs. So let's do... I think Savage Arms. You know, pour one out for the natives. 15% soft attack ain't nothing. Especially because we don't really have artillery right now. It'll help with the special forces. Yeah, I think we're going to do Savage Arms. Although, wait, when am I going to next do... Yeah, I'm not going to research any electronics for a bit. Yeah, it's going to be a long time. Oops. Yeah, we'll grab the 10% production cost, though. No. Savage Arms, Savage Arms. Let's make all the guns we have, they need to be good ones. The Liberal Pact. What is that? Is that a Balkans thing? Or wait, I missed it. Did it say Liberal Pact, or what was it? I think I missed something there. Valkill Industry holds on. Current and former workers along the Hudson came together, pitching their earnings to save the company collectively. Stemming from her work in the 20s as part of the Women's Trade Union League, widow of the late Franklin Roosevelt, Anna Eleanor Roosevelt created a small factory to provide supplementary income for local farming families. Marion Dickerman, Nancy Cook, Carolyn O'Day, and other contacts from the Democratic Party in New York helped finance the project at the Roosevelt estate. Valkill Industries hoped to capitalize on the popularity of the colonial revival by creating items such as furniture, pewter, and homespun cloth using 18th century methods. With Nancy Cook's failing health and the lingering effects of the Great Depression still being felt throughout New England, Eleanor made the hard decision to close down the factory. Spurred to fight for the kindness bestowed upon them, the workers from Valkill sent letters and petitions to Dutchess County government officials pleading for funding for the business as part of the Second Square Deal projects approved following the outbreak of the Second American Civil War. True American spirit, social democracy goes up. 4%. Yeah, that's nothing to worry about. Okay. Can I send these out yet? What? Oh, there's your problem. Great. Yes. Alright, so we're maxed out now on our divisions. Works Progress Administration under Hopkins. New wage of $3.90 a month to more than 82,000 workers. In rural areas, Hopkins argues wage earners are only getting 45% of the national average, but with this new increase, they're getting 53% of the average. This gives the impression of comparable underpayment in the North to WPA. People are saying the legislation is too radical. Is this going to actually benefit rural farmers? He wants to organize community mobilization for human needs, an organization dedicated to sharing the costs of relief between local, state, and federal government. Fair wage. Okay, we got stability off of it. Military junta, 1%. What's that about? Okay, we have an extra factory. Isn't there a decision that only needs one? We need more than one. Use for the project. Okay, let's establish this underground railway. Few are happy with the government to the south, just like our grandfathers did in the era of slavery. We will assist those persecuted by the slave traders in coming north to freedom. And, we'll get stability out of it too, which is nice. We got to do something about this war support. I'm not sure what we can do, though, because it's being hurt. What's hurting it the most? Canadian backing, Joseph Martin Jr., reluctant populace. Okay, the effects of the Great Depression are starting to fade. Yeah, we're down to 27% consumer goods. So we're not getting an alert every time it's going down. So what do we do in terms of dealing with the reluctance? Is there some, does it just take time? Do we have to go down the mobilization plans? I don't know. Fort Smith. Oh, shoot! We can get a research slot here. Dang. But we might be researching too fast. Now everything's taking too long. But on the other hand, if I could research 5 things at a time, it's not going to matter that much, right? And we are going to start doing these here, the 39 engineering and recon. We need to get that engineer in there, incidentally. Do I want to do Cav recon? I think we'll do Cav. If I do the Cav, it's going to take 40 more infantry equipment, a little more support equipment. Armored, of course, requires light tanks. How many motorized we need? We'd only need 20 each if we did the motorized, but I just don't know how much of a boost it's really going to give me. Well, it's a reconnaissance of... It's a whole 50% more. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. It's going to give us movement bonuses, too, in all the various areas. Yeah, rivers, forests, hills, mountains, plains, jungles, marshes, deserts. Yeah, we're going to do the motorized reconnaissance. That little bit of extra. Because we only can have so many divisions, so let's make them good. Make them as good as they can be. Oh, the Revolutionary Front. Oh, that's it. The Liberal Pact is down here. That's it. Okay. Deep Waterway, St. Lawrence, two-stage plan of power development, fostering goodwill, etc., etc. Gateway to the future. So we're doing stuff with Canada. Okay, Rhode Island infrastructure, that would eat up a lot of factories. Let's get the Connecticut arms industry going, because that's going to give us a factory too. So that's an immediate, tangible result. Gonna try to always be having one of these going at a time. Yeah. Okay. How's it going out here? The American Union State, they've crossed the Mississippi, and they're in Illinois now, but they've been almost pushed entirely out of... Oh, wow! Patagonia won in the South. Alright. Let's see. Combat petroleum deficit. I forget, do refineries count as factories? I genuinely forgot. Let's take a look at this underground railway thing. I think we gotta wait a day. Okay, Ireland just joined the Third International. And Argentina too. It's gonna become pretty global here in a second. Alright. New Jersey, Albany. For connected smuggling posts. Only doing 80 at a time. So these are very, very small amounts that's getting worked on out here. We can get raise 1 infantry division. No, that can wait. That can wait. Lexington conquered. Oh, this modifies the reluctant populace. That's right. Victory Gardens, that'll also modify it. Now let's come down here. So I think we're gonna do. Again, I haven't seen the manager thing in a while, so we might do labor management into Social Security, which that's gonna give me 0.25 political power, but consumer good factories will go up by 10%. This will only go up by 5%. That 15% stability is enormous, though. We'll lose 5 here. You know, we're doing the... Both of these are kind of just temporary, though. Like, the factory output's only good for 150 days. And 100 political power we can end up burning through pretty quick. This is really a tricky one. Oh, but this is one with Joseph Martin. Right. So if it's something that it's specifically my president, the one that we're using, I might as well take that then. So I guess we're gonna do welfare for work. Yeah, we're already kind of using more political power. We already almost have more political power than we need. So keeping 5% political power, 5% less consumer goods is actually, I think, going to be really good for us. So we're at freaking 67 right now. It's absurd. So, yeah, there we go. Joseph Martin Jr. We want to see work uprisings. We must protect their ability to organize in defense of their rights. Okay. I better not see any more union stuff after that passes, though, and, you know, where we're having to make the choices. That will. How much do I want to invest in the pool? I'm gonna be a nice guy. We'll put 25 in there. Alright, give me help with, I think we're still going to be doing construction engineer. No, because I'm not constructing anything, so I kind of just wasted my time. Yeah, economic advisors. That's what I need. Alright, Central American War is starting. It's a bit of a grind. There's a little bit of movement here and there, but nothing really too crazy. Okay, let's check this. Okay, weapons cache looted. We have a deficit of 6,548 units. So if I then click this, let's let a day go by. 6,533. So I think that was from me building stuff, not the looting stuff. I don't know, I have so many strong reservations. Alright. Let's check that Great Depression. Still just at 27%. Okay, close that, close that. This will decrease legitimacy every time I do one of these. Oh, then I'm definitely not doing that. Joint training, even that. Oh, fuck this. No, hell no. We're not doing any of the joint labor stuff. Or joint effort programs. Okay, yeah. So we're just not going to do these. Actually, if I did ever take this, it'll just be to get the political power. But if that's going to be costing us legitimacy every time we do that. And yeah, I'd only need 55 or whatever. But no way. Not going to happen. But this is what we really need, and I simply don't know where we're going to get the war support from. Countless thousands living in poverty or homeless and destitute, the land of prosperity and future is not living up to its name. Oh, I'm working on that. 15 more days to go. So this stuff, like if I want to make a safe house, what exactly? Oh, well, fresh from the oven. Wakefield buys New England mother her passion and dedication for baking. She's making a chocolate chip cookie. She added chopped bits from a Nestle semi-sweet chocolate bar into a cookie. While reporters incorrectly stated the move was a mistake, Ruth claimed that she intentionally sought to create a cookie with a delicious bite of chocolate. The cookie has reached soldiers stationed in Massachusetts, many of whom have written letters requesting it from their families at the front lines. The nation then became infatuated with the cookie, from Wakefield agreeing to give Nestle the rights to the Toll House cookie name for $1 and a lifetime supply of Nestle. Oh my gosh. Indeed, they have become a national favorite, enjoyed by Americans young and old. This just reminds me of the thing, the Homer Simpson joke where he's going, but money can be exchanged for goods and services. So, like, instead of, selling the rights to the name for $1 and a bunch of Nestle, she should have sold it for a bunch of money that she could have bought herself a lifetime of Nestle and more. Oh, well, she made her choice. God, it's not the polio vaccine. It's chocolate. It's much better. All right, so, gives you some political power and war support. Wow, that's great, and we're still at 0%. There's just too many modifiers. Damn. Oh, the border dispute between Vermont and New Hampshire has finally been settled. Thank God. We must be brothers. New Hampshire jurisdiction begins with the original low line on the west bank of the river. Yeah, they've argued where the line ran. They collected taxes from property owners. Recurring debate. Some map changes in the past 20 years have been significant enough to change in the geographic text, but obscure enough to mostly only affect scientists, road bedders, and engineers. So it's fixturing things. It's like, look, the river is sometimes erratic. We're just going to lock down what it is. It's kind of like the whole thing, the Chamisal down here in El Paso. But perhaps this will be the end. So New Hampshire loses 4 population. Vermont gains 4 population. Where do I look at that? Yeah, so that's not even going to show up here. Monthly growth and recruitable. It just perhaps this will be the end. Okay, well that's going to be it for today. Now that we finished up that land dispute, seems like a very fitting way to end the New Hampshire episode. In the next one, we're going to keep working on the economy, set up this welfare for work, and after that, dang it, we lost a factory. I'm not sure. Of course, we want to try to get the Southern Fire going ASAP. But I don't know. We'll have to kind of play it by ear. The CSA is definitely not winning too hard though, which is good because then that might bring Canada to that might have Canada into the war a little bit prematurely. But we'll see. I'm Conquering History Games, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.